Hello, everybody. Hopefully more people join in. I know it's been a little bit of confusion around the timing of like Team Huddle and when that's happening. We're trying to get into a new rhythm. We'll figure it out. So I hope more people join, and I still don't have the live streaming on Facebook thing figured out. I can do it. It just I'm really slow and I'm not going to do it. So we're going to record it and we will post this replay on Team Upward and in Telegram afterwards. So I just wanted to welcome you all. And if you're catching the replay, say hello as you're watching this. Just excited to join together on Huddle. I know it's been a while, and it's always good to see each other's faces on here and just connect and grow. But let's get started with just a couple of highlights, and then I want to introduce someone who's going to share. And let's start with so the cadence for Huddle, okay? I have important dates posted, and I'll make sure they're pinned to featured. Where's that sound coming from? I'm gonna mute. But so far, the cadence for Team Huddle is gonna be the second Monday and the fourth Monday of the month. So it looks like today, the 9th and the 23rd, if you want to mark your calendars for Team Huddle. Then on the first and the third Mondays of the month, we kind of found out that people were enjoying small group breakouts or intentional connections in action. This is your opportunity for you to step into that leadership position and say, hey, I want to create this, maybe I know some of you have cross-line accountability or you have smaller groups and you want to just lead them. I would set aside this time to lead them or do intentional meetings together. Maybe that first and third Monday is the night that you do an overview for your team or something like that. So that's something that you can be creative for. And then the 30th is going to be that bonus Monday. It's the end of the month. I think, we should put something together for closing the month strong, whether it's a jump call. We've done that with Phil and Karen and Fonda before, where they had a whole bunch of people that were kind of on the fence. And we're like, hey, let's jump on a jump call. Maybe you can jump off the fence. If somebody wants to coordinate something like that, we can talk about that. So that's kind of the cadence. And then every Monday night is the one person big difference team call with Sean and Michelle Poe being that leader. And tonight they're going to be talking about using CapCut, which is just one of the tools that you can use to create videos. I've used it before. I've just kind of mastered the art of Instagram, so I do everything on there, but CapCut is a great tool. So if you want to learn how to use that, hop on that next call or catch the replay. So those of you on Team Upward, every single consultant that is in our back office should have received the Upward newsletter. I kind of send about one a year. I'd love to send more, but I only send one a year because I personally hate email. If you did not see it or know somebody who did not see it, let me know. So far, everybody that said they didn't get it, when we checked, they did get it somewhere in there. And it came from Amy Jo. It didn't come from Team Upward. So I don't know why, but look for Amy Jo. That's who sent the newsletter out. And there's two big things in there that I want every single person to make sure you talk to every single person you have enrolled. The virtual viewing party on July 12th. This event, it's just as important as any event that LifeVantage hosts, but it's free to register online under events. I think every person should register, no matter if they're viewing virtually or joining a watch party, every person should register. And then it's just our chance to get together as a team and fellowship. So I would love for you to take time to just go into Eventbrite. It's in that newsletter. I also posted it. It's under Team Upward Facebook page under featured. I have it there, and if you just want me to send you the link, I'll send you the link. But I've had some questions, and I'm going to probably edit the Eventbrite. Spouses are always welcome, yes. We would love for your spouse to plug into this community and see the culture and the people and understand a little bit more about why you do what you do, right? Or like in Phil and Karen's situation, they work together. They're a phenomenal team. And so bring your spouse. For children, if we're going to ask that any children that are walking above holding the baby stage, try to find a babysitter if you can. I just think that gets out of control really fast and it takes away from the ideal interaction that we really want to do in viewing the virtual party, having corporate here to encourage us, do some training with us, and then fellowshipping together, playing volleyball, maybe going on a pontoon ride, on a nature walk, all the fun things. Just would really love to have so many people out here. So don't hesitate to ask questions on that. Um, and just get registered for the virtual if all else fails. I want everybody to be registered for that because it's free. And then finally, 400 in new SV for Club Fastlane. Okay, that is the promotion this month. And we have some people that are on this call that have already accomplished that goal. So congratulations. I see Ashley Lester and Katie Smith on the call, and then Dr. Christina Campbell, who just started and already has 400 new SV. Those are 3 people on Team Upward that have accomplished that goal already. And then Amanda Dirks, you are only 12 points away from that. And Phil and Karen are really close as well. So congratulations, everybody. But what does that mean? If you don't know, LifeVantage is doing a special Club Fastlane where they're going to have a special WhatsApp group training. Just if you remember when we launched the Mind Body System, Club 55 was the special group that got to try that new product. I know nothing. I don't know if there's a new product or anything coming, but I just know that you're going to want to be in that club. Okay. But then, secondly, I just keep hearing little drips of things that are going to be announced July 12th. And I have speculations that maybe if you get the 400 in volume, you'll have a kickstart to whatever might be coming. I don't know. They won't tell me because I got a big mouth apparently. No, only the FAB members who have signed serious non-disclosure agreements that they won't tell people and are working with corporate, they're the only people that get to know. And I did not sign up for that because they've literally been on 8 hours of calls all day today and we'll be on 8 hours of calls tomorrow. And I'm like, nope. So we can wait, but everybody should have the goal to get 400 new SB. So with that said, I want to introduce to you Amanda Dirks, who has to go very shortly because she's a busy mom. But she is one of our newest team members. She signed up on May 4th, and Katie and I have had the privilege of working with her together and helping her launch her business from an in-home. We did 2 in-home meetings now. We did an online Zoom. Amanda has literally been one of those people that just signs up and is like, okay, let's go. Let's do it. Tell me what to do and I'll do it. And she's just done it with a smile and with grace. But she's a full-time working mom as an HR professional, and she has 3 very, very busy kids who are in so many different sports. I'm not even kidding you. Amanda, give us a little window into what your daily life looks like in June.
A day, or what a day looks like in June?
Yeah, what have your days looked like? Like, how busy are you?
So even like just today, this is probably similar to most of you, right? Started the day today at a junior high softball game while I was working. Thankfully, have a flexible job where I'm able to do some working while I'm there. Then finished working the rest of the day, just sat through my son's baseball game, and now I'm in the car, as you can tell, sporting some Warhawk gear, getting ready to then go work the concession stand after this and do it all again tomorrow.
Busy. And that's like every day this month.
Yeah.
And we were at basketball games on Sunday.
Throw
So,
some basketball in. Yep,
yep.
exactly.
So you have been super busy, but I wanted you to just share with the team. Okay, so you started May 4th. This month you're on track to hit SC1. I mean, you've just enrolled like crazy, and it's been so fun to watch. Tell us, like, how have you been doing the ITT system, the invite, the tool, and the team? What does that look like for you?
Yeah. So, first of all, I don't even know what's come over me, Amy. I think it's you. Amy is like stretching me beyond my comfort zone, but in such a positive way. And I feel like I just keep saying yes, and I'm on board with whatever she's suggesting. And I don't even take the time to think about saying no. I truly just say yes, and she's with me, and her and Katie are with me every step of the way. And it makes it not so scary, right? Because then I just find the people and they're there as the experts and we're all learning together. So truly, I thank you both because I just keep saying yes and know that you're there to help me through it. So, But I can talk a little bit about some of the outreach I've done too. Amy mentioned the two in-home events, and then we even threw a Zoom call in for some that we couldn't get to come, that live further away or just couldn't make it work because they're busy as well. So we just tried a Zoom call, and we just talked today actually about trying to fit in another Zoom call to get some people virtually. So that's worked really well. And just like she said, I mean, there's there's not a lot of free time, right? So I am just taking her advice with like working it into all the little nooks and crannies of the day, just like right now, jumping into the car and taking this call in between games. I mean, we did my Zoom call the exact same way in between games. I just ran to the car and did it. Um, and even just like last night, we're driving to a baseball game. And as my husband's driving, I feel like I'm back in high school, you guys. Like I have a notebook that I haven't used in years. And I'm going through all the people I've reached out to and I'm following up. And then today I'm hearing back from people. So really just using the time wisely, I guess, traveling to and from places. Oh, another thing I've been doing, and I can't even believe this is me. And any of my anytime I'm in the car alone, which now I really look forward to that time. Anytime I'm in the car alone, I'm finding a video on boards, and I'm listening to it as I'm driving. And sometimes I get to the parking lot and I just have to stay there till it ends because I want to finish it. So I'm really enjoying that time, continuing to learn more. So really, it's just using a lot of my car time and in between games. But what I've been doing as far as reaching out, I did put a Facebook post out. That was my very first thing, and that was kind of scary for me. But I did it. I just again said yes, and then it's been great to see the response. I even put a little story out there, just a fun story, which I hope to do more of. And it's been amazing to see, even if people didn't respond to me on Facebook, I've been running into them. Even this week, there were two in the same day. One of the softball coaches came up to me and started talking to me about some things that just kind of led into these products. And she said, "Yes, I saw your post. I've been meaning to ask you about them." Um, Another person I'm trying to remember. It's just been things like that. Oh, another one. I just ran into a friend randomly on Saturday night, and our old daycare provider, and she said, "Hey, I've been meaning to ask you about your Facebook post." And so, it's just little things like that that I'm still seeing people just naturally reacting to that. So that's been awesome. Makes me want to do more of that. And then I went through my whole contact list in my phone, and what I learned quickly was a group text wasn't a good idea. I did that, and then I didn't hear back from people because I'm guilty of this too. I think people are like, I'm going to wait for someone else to respond first, and then no one responds, right? So I've had much better luck with just one-on-one messages, whether it's on Messenger or on text. I've had a lot better luck with that. And the same thing is, even if I didn't hear back from them right away, when I see them next, they've been asking me about it. So that's what's working well so far. But as I continue to join these calls and meet everybody, I really look forward to learning from all of you as well. So,
Mhm. Oh,
so
that's just so fun. And what I think is such a good thing to note is that, like, that group text is a lot like a Facebook post. The magic happens in the messenger. It's not happening in the comment thread or the likes. You're not going to see a lot of action. You're going to see it in the intentional conversations that we're having with people. Amanda, when you were inviting to your in-person meeting, how many people do you think you invited?
oh my goodness. But well, individually, even I bet I've sent out close to 100 messages. A
She's
lot.
probably sent out. That is, this is where I tell people, if we're inviting to an in-person event or a Zoom event, and we've invited 5 people and we're chasing the same 5 people over again, we're not going to grow in this, right? She's talked to 100 people, and at the end of last month, you were over 1,000 in volume by mastering that invite, connecting somebody to some form of a tool, like whatever it was, you're in home, you've sent webinar replays, you've had them come to a live one, you're going to plan like you're just constantly doing those simple 3 actions: wash, rinse, and repeat. ITT, invite tool team. She's getting people into Facebook groups, And then she's also getting people connected as soon as they answer questions. And she's not stopping to think about it. That's another thing that I heard you say, like, I'm just not even thinking about it. I'm just doing it. I don't have time to get in my head. And that's what I have really enjoyed about you. And it is 7 o'clock, and I know you have to go to concessions, but is there anything else you'd like to share before you leave?
No, I just really, this is my first call, and I just really am just so excited about this opportunity. So I thank you, Amy and Katie. I look forward to meeting all of you, hopefully in person in July. And I'm just really excited about this whole opportunity. So thank you.
Oh, thank you. And the other thing is, it might be her first live call, but she's been watching replays like a champ. So
Yes.
another attribute of leadership right there. So I'll let you go, Amanda. You'll see the rest of this replay and you'll know what I'm talking about when I say
Yes, exactly. Thank you.
we'll talk to you
Bye
later.
bye.
Oh my goodness, I could just go on and on. That is the joy that we all have, wanting to lock arms and just do these fun things because it really does become fun when you find somebody that's willing to take those steps. And I know that those of you who are showing up, you've been there, you've taken those steps, you've seen those things. But then it's kind of like bringing us back to, wow, that's actually more simple than I've probably been making it. Or maybe I've been focusing on other things, and we just need to get back to step one. Um, so that was just something I hope that was helpful for you guys, and maybe it's getting you to envision a little bit. Now, there's something else that I really want to share with everybody, and it's talking a little bit about leadership. And that has been on my mind for months and months of something I've wanted to share. So I'm actually finally went digging, and I pulled up an Eric Worre training from the GoPro event 2019. Now I've heard him give this training like 4 or 5 times, but the only one that I have access to is from 2019 on his portal, and it's super good. And I want us to sit here and listen to him talk about the attributes of leadership, because I see attributes of leadership in every single one of you. But I think that it's important to look at, like, okay, if there's these 5 attributes, maybe write them down as he talks about them, maybe rate yourself in each one and find an area where you want to improve, right? So I'm without further ado, it is kind of long, but I really want to spend the rest of our time looking at that, because I believe when we find and raise up these attributes of leadership, this is where many of us who might feel stuck right now are going to have a breakthrough. So, with that said, I hope it works. Hold on. Uh-oh. Where'd it go? There it is. And so if you guys don't have pen and paper handy, just try to grab one or listen the best you can. This is a little bit long. It'll take up the rest of our time, but it is so worth it. And I've wanted you guys to hear it for a long time. So here it goes.
You ready for some leadership? Say, I'm ready. Listen, I want to take about 30 minutes. I want to give you some concepts and give you some things to think about, because we're going to need these things going into this evening when we put together your game plan to close this year and to begin next year. What I talked about at the beginning was the key to all success. Success is leadership. And what bought you time for a person to become a leader are skills. We talked about skills yesterday. Okay? And to buy time for the skills to come, we need systems. So I want to talk a little bit about systems today and a little bit about leadership today. Let me give you the definition of leadership, in my opinion, inside of network marketing. True leadership. Now, rank is not a leader. Income is not a leader. Somebody who did something 5 years ago is not a leader necessarily today. There's an old axiom inside of our business that if you're not careful, it will apply to you. And here's the axiom. Distributors inside of a network marketing company are an asset to that company for about 5 years, and then they become an expense. After 5 years, they put it on cruise control. After 5 years, they stop building. After 5 years, they're just going through the motions. You have to resist that temptation. And part of that is the culture that we build. We do for what other people won't do for the next 2 to 5 years so you can have what other people don't have for the rest of your life. It's such nonsense. What entrepreneurs do you know that have a 5-year plan to retirement? That's not an entrepreneur. That's an employee looking for a shortcut. That's all that is. Entrepreneurs, why would you want to retire from creation, from contribution, from purpose, from legacy? Doesn't even make any sense. And yet, that's what we preach, 2 to 5 years. And then go to the beach. And 5 years into our career, we're like, I guess I'm supposed to go to the beach. I got the money now. I guess I'm supposed to go to the beach. So you got to be careful about this. Not just about you, it's about legacy, it's about purpose, it's about long term, okay? So I want to give you some attributes, leadership, true leadership. True leadership. Attributes. Number 1 is independent. A true leader is independent. What do I mean by independent? Not needy, not whiny, not blaming. They've got this. I don't mean lone wolf, somebody's going out and doing their own thing, not plugging into the system. I mean independent. You could drop them into a market on their own, and they're going to go grow that market. They've got this, okay? Independence. There's a lot of codependence inside of network marketing. There's a lot of, well, I need my help, I need my upline, I need the support, I need this, I need that. I'm just telling you, neediness is not an attribute of a strong leader, of a true leader. So independence is one of the attributes. Another, second, is they are problem solvers. A true leader is a problem solver. Guess how most people solve problems? By giving them to someone else. That's how they solve them. Oh, I have this problem. Who can I give it to? Oh, let me give it to my upline. Let me give it to the company. Let me give it to my downline. Let me give it to my spouse. They think they're problem solvers. That's not problem solving, that's problem shifting. You want to become world class as a leader, you got to learn how to solve the problem, not just give it to somebody else. You hear me? And not living in the problem either. Guess what these true leaders really do? They spend 5% of their time on the problem, understand it, figure it out, and then they go to work 95% of the time on the solution. They just go to work. They don't wallow in it, they don't attract it, but they don't run away from it either. They understand that the highest paying skill in the world is a problem solver. The bigger the problem, the bigger the paycheck. You solve a bigger problem for an organization, you're going to make more money for that organization. So don't look for drama, but don't be afraid of it either. If a problem shows up, just decide you're going to become amazing. You're going to solve that problem. You're going to take care of it and wipe it away. That's what true leadership does. So number 1, they're independent. Number 2, they're problem solvers. Number 3, they're consistent. I made $15 million in the field as a distributor in my career. I would have made $50 million if I was more consistent. Inconsistency was the way that I sabotaged my business because of my own lack of self-worth. Every time things went well, I would find a way to sabotage my business. And you know how my weapon of choice to sabotage my own business was inconsistency. Here's what happens with inconsistency. You're building, and then you disappear from the team for 2 weeks. And nobody knows where you are, nobody knows what's going on, everybody's worried, what's happening, where did they go? They said they were gonna be on a call, he said he was gonna be at the event, he was gonna be on the Zoom didn't happen. And then they get frustrated. They can't trust you. If they can't trust you, they're not gonna follow you. And then you show up, oh, I'm back. And they're like, really? Are you really back? Yeah, I'm back. And then they start trusting and they start building and and then you disappear again. And that's what I did over and over and over and over and over and over. Now I was charming enough that I'd get some of them to come back, but I lost so many good leaders because I wasn't as consistent as I needed to be. Think about any great leader. How inconsistent can they afford to be? They just really can't afford to be inconsistent. That doesn't mean they need to be 24/7, but it does mean that they need to have a baseline of connection and leadership and activity on the team, that they might spike above that from time to time, but they never fall below that. Even if you go on vacation, you gotta be creative, and we can with social media and technology, be creative to find a way to stay in touch, find a way to provide an assignment, create a way for accountability or mentorship. And you can do that sitting on a boat in the south of France in 20 minutes a day. But you can get rebellious and say, you know what? I'm checking out for 4 days, 5 days. And if you do, you're gonna have a result when you get back, and it's not gonna be a great result. And you can tell me that, hey, family's first. There's times when family's sleeping. There's times when family are doing something that you're not doing. You can find that 20 minutes and be responsible to your team. You can stop it. That's just being rebellious to your own future. And I say this out of love because I did it for years. I still do it now. I wish I was as disciplined as people thought I was. I am not. I'm an undisciplined person. I figure it out somehow, some way. But man, if I ever get disciplined, man, we're going to do some stuff. It's going to be unreal. Consistency. Foundational pillar of true leadership. Number 4 is they've got a big vision. Not only do they have a big vision for themselves, for their team, for their future, for their company, for their country, for the world, for network marketing, not only do they have it, but they have the ability to communicate it, to inspire other people with it. They infect other people with their vision. They brainwash people as to what's possible in their lives. They're just getting around them. You know what I'm talking about? You ever been around a visionary person? You could have your topic of conversation that you want to bring up, and if they're more visionary than you, guess what you're going to be talking about? Their vision. I'm talking about a big vision, the ability to articulate, ability to communicate it. Great leadership requires this. No, I'm a behind the scenes guy. Fine. Fine. Just know you're going to be making 10% of what you should make. Big vision. And number 5, a true leader creates action. When they walk in the room, people become more active. When they walk in the room, people decide that they're going to step forward. When they walk in the room, people say, all right, I'm going to get off my butt and go to work. When they get on the phone, with just the fact that they exist on the other side of the world, they make people work for their approval. They make people work for their respect. They make people work for their congratulation or their recognition. So, throw those 5 things up on the screen, please. Is any one of those 5 hard? It's not rocket science. It's not, climbing Mount Everest. To be independent is a choice. I'm just not going to be dependent. I'm not going to blame. I'm not going to point fingers. I'm not going to expect somebody else to show up and handle it for me. I'm going to take care of it. Employees wait for the support system. Entrepreneurs, real leaders, are the support system. You understand? There's no training, they solve the problem. There's no communication platform, they solve the problem. There's no vision, they solve the problem. There's no growth, they solve the problem. There's no rank advancement, they solve the problem. There's bad attitudes, they solve the problem. They grab it and they make it so, okay? So those 5 characteristics are incredibly rare. I've worked with $1 million earners around the world. And if you had to guess how many people on their entire team met that criteria of those 5 things, for $1 million a year, the average, I'm not even going to give you the average. Let's play a game for a second. If you're making $1 million a year, stand up real quick. $1 million a year, stand up. $1 million or more, stand up. Okay. Real quickly, stay standing. If I want you to think about your team and how many people on your team fit these 5 criteria. And some of you are going to grade it pretty hard, and some of you are going to grade it pretty nicely. But I want you to think about how many you have on your team, okay? How many do you have? 10. How many do you have? 10. How many do you have, Yvonne?
Oh my God. Like
50. How much you making? 1.2 million. 50. Damian? 35. Islam? 12. How about you? 35, 40? Maybe 10? 12? 10? 20? 40? 14? 10? 20? 12? 77? 10? 12? 10? 8? 1. Stop it. 12? 14? 10? 30? 20? 5? 3? 10? 8? 12? 20? 30? You're at 1? Okay. 20? 12? 50? Any others I missed? 5? 17? 60? All right. So we might not have gotten them all, but first of all, give all of those a round of applause. Go ahead and have a seat. Now get how exciting this is for a moment. What was the average of that group? 15 maybe? 15 people in your whole team. And all they got to do is be independent, problem solver, consistent. They got to have a vision, the ability to communicate it, and they got to create action. It's not, could you find somebody who's hungry and coachable and help them develop those 5 characteristics, yes or no? Yes. If it's that,
All right. Whoop. Okay. I gotta cut it off there. It's so good. It goes another, keeps going. But guys, that training, I've heard that training so many times over the years. I was there in the room personally when I heard that training, and I really hope that that one sticks with you. I hope that it resounds with you. I guess, assignment I want to give everybody that sees this is write down those attributes and then rate yourself. Where are you at in those? Do you have all 5? Where are you at with those? Like a scorecard. And then decide, how do you want to improve in one of those areas in the next 30 days? What do you want to do? What do you want to commit to that will help you improve? And then I would love for you to text your support system, whoever that might be, or your accountability partner, whoever you want to know that, and let them know where you're at. That is something I'm going to be doing personally for my support system. And if you want to do that and include me or whoever else, let's level up our leadership attributes. I love to see the beauty in every single person. I believe every single person on this call has leadership attributes. But like he was talking about, are we living those out? Do we really have we developed them? And when I was at the mastermind with him this last year, that was what he said is some of the multi-million dollar earners still said they had probably 10 people on their team that had all 5 full out developed. Isn't that wild? And the biggest earner in the room, he said that he was doing this with his team regularly to see how they could develop their attributes. And so I wanted to pass that on to you. So anyway, I hope that this was a beneficial time for you all. Would love to hear your feedback. We have a little bit of a break before the One Person Big Difference calls, so go get your drinky drinks or your bathroom break, or I see Jalen's in the sauna, and have a wonderful and blessed night. It was so good to see you all. Bye.